What do you do if a piece of furniture breaks in your house? Do you repair it or buy something new or get someone in to do the job at maybe an exorbitant cost? What about a washing machine or a fridge? Well, Marcella's been speaking to people at Brighton's tool library and workshop, where they've got the equipment and expertise to help more people make do and mend.
A lot of people stick their head round the door. It says, "Oh, hello, I've just read here because I don't know what you do." So they come in and they're like gobsmacked because this is just such an incredible resource.
Check in and see what this is all about.
Make, learn, share, repair. That's the motto here at Brighton Community Workshop. Everyone is welcome. There's room to work, expert advice and lots of tools.
We've got all these drill presses and drop saws and band saws, which you never would have at home. So particularly for people who've got like a really small flat or something and don't want sand and mess.
Once a laundrette, the workshop maximises its prime location. Everything here's donated, often just by passers-by. And there's timber for the taking.
I've been past a lot of times and I just thought I'd pop in and get some wood. And it's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. This place exists.
All the tools get a check-up and are then loaned out, reused and shared, all for a fraction of the price of a purchase.
There's so many aspects to what we're trying to do here. It's about waste reduction, it's about refabricating and repurposing stuff, the ecological factors. So when you do buy a product like a drill or whatever you might be doing to do some DIY, you'll purchase that. There'll be all of the boxing and the packaging and all of the shipping and all of that sort of stuff that goes along with it. And then use it once or twice or for whatever it is you're doing on that day. And then it sits in a cupboard for X number of years.
You don't have to be a member to come here, but it's even better value if you are. Funded mostly by grants and run by volunteers, the workshop has saved people hundreds of pounds. Not only in rented tools, but also through learning those household repair skills that are becoming a bit of a lost art.
I think part of the problem is that people aren't shown how to do it. I mean, one of the things what we're trying to do is give people access to, tools which are half decent and a space where they can do that.
This is the way that I've measured it.
People pop in here to learn and borrow, but often end up sharing their own skills and making new connections. And it's that sense of community, forged by people learning, sharing and making together, that's providing more power for the people.
Well, that was Marcella Whittingdale with that report. Did that resonate with either of you? Are you handy, Tim? Will you be in the shed this weekend with your saw?
I need to clear out my shed. I love projects like this. We have something called the Circular Space in Shoreham, where volunteers come along and it's recycling textiles, but also it's about educating, showing people how to repair things, how to make things from second hand. And we have Men in Sheds, which is the most fantastic charity. And I've got one in Lancing in particular, where they were given some old council sheds to set up all their tools in. People take along old bits of wood or stuff to repair, and they make loads of things for the local community. They've made we have a toy library on Lancing Beach where people can go and borrow toys on the beach, where they made all the sheds and everything for to keep those. They make garden benches. They made the mayor's gavel.
Gosh,
in
there's
Worthing.
lots going on in your constituency,
It's just brilliant.
Isn't there?
It's just brilliant. We should be doing more of this. This is a circular economy.
Do you think it's a risk, Teresa? I mean, our economy is very much based on consuming, isn't it? And buying new products. Is there a risk if we do too much make, do and mending that's going to affect our economy?
Well, there's a balance to be struck, and like in Shoreham, we've got Men in Sheds going on in Gillingham, fantastic project, making loads of things for the local community. Our libraries have just started doing a bring along an appliance to be mended. And lots of people who might have retired or are working in a different industry or just want to share their skills with people are there at the libraries on Saturdays, receiving things, seeing if they can be mended. I think, we all understand there's a real environmental imperative for repurposing and recycling, apart from the fun people get. I don't think we need to worry too much about the economy. These kind of projects are not going to keep pace with a factory in China that are selling stuff that gets retailed out of Currys here. I don't think that's the idea. but it is better. If you can mend things, and I think the other aspect...
Do we need to do a better job of teaching young people how to do this kind of thing,
yes.
Tim? Would you like to see that taught in schools? You know?
Yeah, and one thing that Men in Sheds do is classes for kids to come and see how you can repair things, how you can make things from recycled stuff as well. In terms of the impact on the economy, actually this can do our economy good, because if you buy better quality, homegrown, then you don't need this disposable economy that we have. And we're buying ridiculously cheap things from slave labour economies, frankly, in China and Southeast Asia. If we can get rid of that...
I'm going to have to stop you there because we are out of time, but I'm expecting you to bring in your DIY project.
All agreed it's a good idea.
Time. All right, thank you very much to our guests for this week, Tim Lawton and Councillor Theresa Murray. We'll be back next Sunday. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, whether it's in a shed or otherwise. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.